What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97 and welcome to Monday Night Raw. We are coming to you live from Kansas City, Kansas, as we are here for the go-home edition of Raw just before the Battleground pay-per-view, which will be taking place this Sunday in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Battleground is sure to be an epic match card, sure to be an epic event. And we will get to that match card, at least the Raw half, later on in this episode. But right now, we await the arrival of Sami Zayn. The underdog from the Underground is here in Kansas City. And this crowd is absolutely on fire. Sami Zayn not getting too dissimilar of a reaction to what Nakamura received on SmackDown, which is interesting because Sami Zayn hasn't quite reached the same heights that Nakamura has. Sami Zayn, in fact, has had quite the opposite turn of events recently. He's been down on his luck. Of course, recently had the opportunity to face Adrian Neville for the United States Championship, but then the Outcast got involved and really just took that opportunity away from him. It became a fatal four-way at Payback, rather. And of course, that fatal four-way was won by Sin Cara. So now Sami Zayn, he's lost his opportunity at the US title, and he has asked Curtis Axel for a match with him. Curtis Axel said, name the time and place, and we'll fight. It'll go down. So all we're just waiting for now is, when is this match gonna happen? When is Sami Zayn gonna ask for that match? Well, tonight, he's gonna have to put Curtis Axel and the rest of the Outcasts in the back of his mind, because he'll be taking on the man who returned to Monday Night Raw last week in a hell of a contest. He really took the World Heavyweight Champion to his limit at Monday Night Raw, or at the very least, KENDRICK gave it everything he had. Cesaro just had way more left in the tank. But you cannot deny that KENDRICK had a hell of a performance last week, rather. But here he is, the man with a plan. As his theme song says, Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick, rather. I suppose I should get that right. I don't want to have Kendrick coming after me because I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. That is, of course, the ego of the Brian Kendrick. However, he's not. I mean, like I said last week, Kendrick is very clearly not the same kid that competed in WWE past. This is a new Brian Kendrick, a much more mature, a much wiser, more experienced Brian Kendrick. So we'll see. I mean, last week he had a hell of a fight against Cesaro. We'll see how he fares against the underdog from the Underground. As Sami Zayn telling Kendrick to bring it on. Kendrick, well, he's going to oblige. You got the headlock, delivers with the elbow, and now you can just see the viciousness, the aggressiveness on display by Brian Kendrick. But Sami Zayn whips him off the ropes. Zayn ducks underneath. Now the leapfrog over the top as Kendrick gets taken down by a hip toss with Sami Zayn. Might have had my brains scrambled there for a second. Oh, but there's a shot that'll scramble Sami Zayn's brains. A massive forearm, followed by a devastating enziguri. And Sami Zayn is in trouble right now. Kendrick has rocked him with those shots, and now a brainbuster. And Kendrick very clearly targeting the head area of Sami Zayn. Now a backbreaker. Maybe a couple of vicious strikes, and then that brainbuster. Sami Zayn, he started off on the hot foot, but now Brian Kendrick is just wailing on him with these vicious strikes. Kendrick has a very clear plan of attack right now, and it has taken Sami Zayn aback. Zayn is he's having some trouble getting out of the starting gate. And again, Kendrick bounced his face off his knee into the cover, but Zayn just manages to kick out, but already Kendrick is wearing this man down. Oh, but Zayn able to counter, block the forearm, and now Zayn with a forearm shot of his own. And now in the corner, Sami Zayn looking to deliver with punches of his own. He's up to 5, 6, 7, no. Brian Kendrick was able to block that one, and now off the ropes, not off the ropes, a running DDT. I don't know where I am. I have no sense of my bearings here on commentary tonight. But the same could be said for Sami Zayn right now as he tries to pull himself to his feet on the ropes. But look out, no! Kendrick went for the running shoulder. Zayn countered with oh my god, and now a drop kick. Zayn able to counter with the Gamengiri, and then a springboard drop kick. has Brian Kendrick dazed and now takes him down, plants him with a sit-out power slam. As now Sami Zayn going up to the middle rope, and Sami Zayn calling Kendrick to his feet. He's looking to fly, looking to take a risk. Off the top rope, got him with a crossbody. Legs are hooked, shoulders down, 1. Does he have him? 2. Does he have him? No! Kendrick again able to survive. But Sami Zayn is quickening the pace. Sami Zayn is taking control of this matchup, drops him with a reverse STO. Then follows through with an elbow to the chest. Brian Kendrick, you can see he's struggling to breathe right now. And Sami Zayn could be looking to disorient him, put him away perhaps. And look at this, tilt-a-whirl, inside cradle. The legs are hooked again. Kendrick is in trouble. No, but a quick kick out this time from Kendrick. Sami Zayn able to disorient the man, but unable to put him away. As now Sami Zayn gonna launch him into the turnbuckle. And Sami Zayn, oh, he's looking for the exploder suplex into that bottom turnbuckle. And now Kendrick is in trouble. Sami Zayn looking to scale to the top rope. Things are not looking so hot for Kendrick as Sami Zayn swanton off the top, hooks the legs yet again. 1, and surely this will do it. It's over. No! Kendrick kicks out again. Sami Zayn just can't put him away. He's delivered some impressive shots, but none that could put down Kendrick for good. But perhaps Sami Zayn is looking for one of those big shots as he dumps Kendrick to the outside, and Sami Zayn building up a full head of steam. He's looking to fly over the top rope. No! Oh my God! Brian Kendrick ducked out of harm's way. Sami Zayn launched himself over the top rope, crashed and burned on that floor. And that's why they call it high-risk offense, ladies and gentlemen. Sami Zayn paid the ultimate price. It's now Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick going for the bully choke. The bully choke is applied. And Sami Zayn, after just knocking the wind out of himself off that failed suicide dive. No, he cannot break out of this. Sami Zayn taps out. And the veteran Brian Kendrick picks up an impressive victory here tonight. A nice display of resourcefulness and those veteran instincts of Kendrick. Zayn took the risk, and Brian Kendrick capitalized. He made sure that Sami Zayn paid the price, and quickly, with no wasted motion, locked him in that bully choke and forced Sami Zayn to submit. Again, I cannot understate how impressive a performance that was by... Wait a minute. There's Curtis Axel up on the Tron. And of course, Sami Zayn not going to back down. Oh, and he wants it next week. Next week, it'll be Curtis Axel versus Sami Zayn. We are just 6 days away from the highly anticipated Battleground pay-per-view, and it's now time to run down the Raw half of the match card. After weeks of dealing with the mind games from Randy Orton and after his failed attempt at defeating him at Payback, Finn Balor will get a rematch with the Viper. But this time, will Balor bring the demon? That's what we're going to have to find out at Battleground. The tag team titles will be up for grabs as Heath Slater and Bo Dallas of the Outcasts finally get their opportunity to win some gold. We saw Sin Cara win the US title in the Fatal 4-Way at Payback. Now we'll have to see if the Outcasts can dethrone the primetime players from their perch at the top of the tag team division. The Empress Asuka will defend her women's championship in a triple threat match against both of the Bella Twins. But unlike what we've seen from them in the past, the Bella Twins are far from being on the same page. They've got their own personal history as well. So the question is, will these two manage to work together to take down Asuka, the undefeated Asuka, the undefeated women's champion, or will their personal rivalry get the better of them and perhaps cost both of them the opportunity to win the gold? And finally, we have the World Heavyweight Championship triple threat match. It is Cesaro taking on AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. These three men have just been trading shots against each other back and forth. Mostly, though, recently it's been Samoa Joe who's been dishing out the brunt of the punishment. So we'll have to see. Can the Swiss Superman overcome these two incredible challengers, these two incredible athletes? Will AJ Styles finally win the World Heavyweight title on his third opportunity? Or will Samoa Joe fulfill his destiny by taking out both Cesaro and Styles and launch himself straight to the top of the card as the World Heavyweight Champion. Stay tuned this Sunday to find out. And now we are set for tag team action here in Kansas City. As there you can see, there they are, the Golden Truth, R-Truth, and Goldust. And, well, tonight, the Golden Truth, you could say that they've drawn the short stick here. What is Goldust doing? Well, you can see that the Golden Truth, it has been a little while since we last saw them compete in tag team action, and clearly their chemistry has changed. It seems as though they are much more in sync tonight. Goldust trying to keep up with R-Truth's antics here. I don't know if he's exactly succeeding, but this is not. Wait, what is he? Okay, we know that Goldust is the bizarre one for a reason. This usually is not the bizarre antics I'd expect from him. You know, even for Goldust, this behavior is a bit bizarre. But, I mean, Goldust and R-Truth are certainly getting the crowd fired up here tonight. But as I was saying, this is not the best. I would say that they don't have the luck of the draw here tonight, because they're taking on, well, a tag team where one of the superstars was attacked by Seth Rollins last week, and he is understandably pissed about it. That, of course, referring to Scott Dawson, but he is joined by Dash Wilder as the Revival. I mean, just look at Scott Dawson. Look at the intensity on his face right now. Of course, last week, Seth Rollins blindsided Dawson backstage, put him through a table before Rollins was taken out by Baron Corbin. But evidently, Scott Dawson is not happy about Seth Rollins pulling one over on him. And you have to imagine that Dash Wilder's not happy about it either. Of course, Wilder and Dawson were separated at that time. And now they're together, so they don't have to worry about anyone getting the jump on them. Certainly not Golden Truth. And I gotta be honest, I'm a little worried for Golden Truth here tonight. We've seen what the Revival have been capable of in the past. And now that they're clearly, they're just incensed by Seth Rollins' actions last week. I have a feeling that Golden Truth, well, you can see R-Truth is not, I mean, he's not intimidated by the Revival, and I guess that's a good thing on their part. You know, oh, what a kick there by R-Truth. Of course, that's the thing about Golden Truth, is that they will give it their all out there, regardless of who they're going up against. They don't show any signs of intimidation. And that is, of course, perhaps just a bit of, maybe that's just something, a type of confidence you develop over many years of in-ring performance. Of course, R-Truth and Goldust, veterans in this industry. They are two of the, I'd say, as far as tag teams on the roster go, they might have the most combined in-ring experience. As right now, R-Truth is actually taking the fight to Dash Wilder. A little bit of juking and driving, follows through with a leg drop. R-Truth is having fun out there. And he's trying to rally the crowd, trying to get the crowd behind them. Perhaps that could be, in the Revival, maybe they are so furious right now that anger could blind them. And if Golden Truth could get the crowd on their side, maybe they could pull off a huge upset here. It's a bit of a stretch, but they could do it. But right now, I mean, the tag has been made to Scott Dawson, and things are not looking so hot for R-Truth. This is when the Revival really gets to, well, you really get to see what the Revival is all about. Tag team fundamentals, as now you see Scott Dawson using the ropes as a tag team partner, just laying into R-Truth with those devastating strikes. And this is when the Revival starts to kick it into motion. Their type of matchup, their style of offense, this revolving door. As the tag now made to Dash Wilder. And look at this, gonna go right for the leg. Gonna go right for the leg of R-Truth. Very same moves that we've seen the Revival use against Seth Rollins, injuring his leg. Now you see it being applied to R-Truth. Just Dash Wilder just hammering away at the knee. You can see Goldust is calling out for a tag, just begging R-Truth to get out of there. But right now he is at the mercy of the Wolves. As Dash Wilder is just wrenching away on that leg, that knee, just trying to tear it out of its socket. And you saw R-Truth just flailing around down there. Dash Wilder picked him straight off the canvas and dropped him with a vertical suplex. Like I said, a match with the Revival is no laughing matter. And the Revival, they're looking to make R-Truth pay for taking them lightly, for dancing around and whatnot. Oh, no. What is this? What is this? Well, that's some new offense for the Revival. Like a combination spine-buster leg drop. And now Scott Dawson clearly proud of himself. R-Truth is trying to crawl, and Dawson not paying attention. R-Truth is looking to make a tag. R-Truth made the tag. Scott Dawson let his guard down, and now Goldust is in the ring. And Goldust like a house of fire. Well, so much for that. Maybe I was mistaken. Maybe Dawson didn't let his guard down. He purposefully let R-Truth make the tag. Maybe that was it. Because, I mean, clearly Dawson shut down that rally before it could even really begin. And now rolling senton. Goldust planted into the canvas. Oh, come on. R-Truth is on the outside. He's not even the legal man. Scott Dawson looking to take out his frustration on R-Truth. No. Not on the outside. A powerbomb on the concrete floor. Oh, but Goldust. Scott Dawson gave Goldust too much time to recover. And Goldust hangs him out to dry. Off that top rope. And now Scott Dawson. That's what I'm talking about. The anger blinding him. It could come back to bite him in the ass. As here comes Goldust with a one-handed bulldog. And Goldust is feeling it right now. Goldust he's rallying here. Perhaps Golden Truth still have a stake in this matchup yet. No, wait a minute. Dawson with the counter. Dawson looking to shut down those hopes as fast, as quickly as they came to fruition. Looking to snuff out that flame before it can start a forest fire. As now Goldust whipped into the corner. Tag made to Dash Wilder. Oh, and they're looking for it. They're looking to set it up, looking for the finish. Shatter Machine! And Dash Wilder follows through with an elbow as well. Just pure aggression on display by the Revival here. R-Truth knocked off the ropes. And Dash Wilder picking Goldust off the canvas. And he's looking for another one of those face breakers. Half of the Shatter Machine. And well, Goldust, you talk about shattered dreams. His face was just shattered. And the Revival picks up the win. The Revival, well, they certainly shatter Golden Truth's dreams of potentially picking up the victory in this matchup tonight. I mean, the Revival, they just manhandled this tag team tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Now, come on. Come on, the match is over. This is completely uncalled for. The Revival, they've beaten Golden Truth, and now just rubbing salt in the wound. They're clearing house. R-Truth knocked out of the ring, and there goes Goldust as well. I mean, clearly the Revival, the situation between them and Seth Rollins has only escalated, and the Revival has only become more dangerous because of it. Wait a minute, there's Noam Dar. Noam Dar's backstage again. Of course, Noam Dar is, I'd imagine, one of the superstars, a part of this new superstar initiative. I don't know why else he'd be back there. What is with this guy? Rating other people's matches? Stay tuned. What is it? What does this all mean? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next contest. It's time for our main event. A match that was advertised last week. It will be Finn Balor taking on Samoa Joe. Of course, Finn Balor has been embroiled in a heated rivalry with Randy Orton over the last several months. And we know that at Battleground, Finn Balor will take on Randy Orton in a rematch, but the question remains, will he bring the Demon? Will the Demon finally make its first appearance in Universe Mode? That's still the question on everyone's mind. And only Finn Balor holds the answer to that question. But tonight, he has to take his focus off of Randy Orton. As difficult as that will be, he has to do it, because if he doesn't, he's going to get torn apart by the Samoan submission machine. And Finn Balor knows this. Finn Balor, I mean, he knows the stiff competition he's dealing with here on Monday Night Raw. And ever since he and Hideo Itami lost the tag team titles at WrestleMania, Finn Balor has definitely struggled to come into his own as a singles superstar. Randy Orton is definitely a key contributor to that. I mean, Randy Orton cost him the opportunity to even really have much of a fighting chance in the Beat the Clock challenge. And after that, well, I mean, Randy Orton has continuously been a thorn in Finn Balor's side. At Payback, Orton defeated Balor in singles competition, but Balor is looking for revenge. At Battleground, Balor could achieve his redemption. But can he do it? Does he have the skill? Does he have the willpower? Does he have the state of mind, the mental fortitude to overcome Randy Orton's mind games and finally defeat him once and for all? Well, that's up for debate. Does Finn Balor have those abilities? Does he have those skills? And it might not even be a question of whether or not he possesses the skill, because I don't think we can deny that he has those skills. But at the moment, does he have the ability to combine them all together to compete at his true best? I mean, so far, I think that's what's been holding Finn Balor back, is that he just hasn't been able to collect all of those elements and really become the best that he can be. Whereas a superstar like Samoa Joe, very recently, Samoa Joe has become more destructive, more dominant than ever. And, well, the fans have not been too happy about it. Of course, at the Payback pay-per-view, Samoa Joe, along with the club, interrupted the World Heavyweight Championship match between AJ Styles and Cesaro, rather. A matchup that was on the verge of becoming an instant classic. I mean, already the two had the crowd on fire, but Samoa Joe and Gallows and Anderson interrupted the match, and it was Samoa Joe who left Styles and Cesaro laying with two respective muscle busters. And ever since then, Samoa Joe has been continuously taking shots on Styles, taking shots on Cesaro, playing it like it's a battle of attrition, just slowly whittling away at them, both their physical strength and their mental fortitude. And now tonight, he's got to stay focused on Finn Balor. As the referee rings the bell, this matchup is underway. Wait a minute, wait a minute. What is he doing here? That's Randy Orton's music. The Viper. Don't tell me he's going to come out here and interrupt this matchup. Well, we saw last week Finn Balor was ringside for... Oh, no, you're kidding me. It was just a distraction. And Samoa Joe is not going to let that opportunity pass up. Samoa Joe's not that kind of man. If you turn your back on him, he will strike you down where you stand. And that's just what Samoa Joe's looking to do. Randy Orton with the mind games. Last week, it was Finn Balor who came down to ringside and cost Randy Orton his match with Kalisto. And now Randy Orton returns the favor. And now Finn Balor is just a sitting duck. He's a deer in the headlights. As Samoa Joe just looks to tear into him like only Samoa Joe can with those devastating knife-edge chops, jabs, strikes, kicks, punches, you name it. Samoa Joe. Oh my God, here we go. There's another flurry of strikes. And Samoa Joe, it's not strong style, but and Samoa Joe, if you put him in the ring with Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, he might give Nakamura a run for his money. You cannot understate the power that Joe packs behind those strikes. As now look at Samoa Joe. Another flurry of devastating kicks. And this might be the beginning of the end. We might see a repeat of the Beat the Clock tournament. Finn Balor distracted, and now Samoa Joe is just... Oh, wait a minute, Balor, no, Balor's got life. Balor's got life left in him. Roll up. 1, 2, no, just a 1 count. Referee was a little slow in getting to the pin there. Gave Samoa Joe plenty of time to recover his bearings. But Balor takes him down with a sling blade. Finn Balor is looking to get in the zone as he drops him with a clothesline. And you can see Samoa Joe reeling from the effects of that one. Balor giving it his all and trying to channel the power of the fans, the WWE Universe, channel the power of his Balor Club. As Samoa Joe, that enziguri sends him clear out of the ring. Finn Balor looking to join him. Oh, but Samoa Joe's right there. And Samoa Joe again. Stiff jabs, but no. Balor able to counter that one. Ducks underneath. Pele kick. That could break your nose. Samoa Joe, that's going to stop him dead in his tracks. And perhaps this is the opening for Finn Balor. Now he can truly get a foothold in this matchup. Springboard dropkick. No. And just as Balor starts to rally, Samoa Joe takes him down. And Samoa Joe with like a barrel roll kick taking out the legs of Finn Balor. Chopping down his foundation and now drops him. Drops him with the Death Valley driver. Then delivers a boot to the back as well. Finn Balor, every time he starts to mount some sort of a comeback, Samoa Joe, he snuffs it out. And now Samoa Joe could be looking to put the finishing touches on this matchup. As he's hit the first 2, drills him with the 3rd, the Chimeraplex. And Samoa Joe, when he hits those, it really is like battling a chimera. As now Joe takes him to the corner. And just driving the shoulders. I thought maybe he was going to go for the muscle buster, but Samoa Joe is out to send a message to Cesaro and AJ Styles tonight. At the expense of Finn Balor. Off the ropes! Running face wash, that boot. Straight across the forehead of Finn Balor, now into the cover. 2. But Balor gets the shoulder off the canvas. Samoa Joe thought maybe he could put Balor away without the muscle buster. Or even the coquina clutch. But that was not the case. Finn Balor's got more resolve than that. But Samoa Joe lightened him up. Jesus Christ. Just these devastating jabs. Oh, but somehow Balor able to form a comeback. Able to counter into a DDT. Despite the ferocity behind those jabs. Finn Balor now with ferocious knife-edge chops, and now a running drop kick. And perhaps this is the moment where Finn Balor can finally make a comeback. Can he do it, though? You can hear the crowd is rallying behind him. But Samoa Joe has taken so much out of him already. Finn Balor, no way, no way! He's lifting Samoa Joe up for the reverse Bloody Sunday. And that'll be a tide turner. Samoa Joe is down on the canvas. Finn Balor looking for the ultimate. No. Samoa Joe rolled over to his back, and now Joe crawling out of range. You know that Balor was looking for the coup de grace. And so Samoa Joe knew that well. Well, he knew that as well. Oh, but now a clothesline. He caught that kick. And Finn Balor taken down off that devastating clothesline. And now Samoa Joe hooks the arms. Full Nelson suplex into the pin. 1, 2. But no, Balor kicks out again. Samoa Joe, no matter what he hits him with, cannot put Balor down. It's almost like Samoa Joe is actively trying to defeat Finn Balor without using either of his finishers. Just to really send a message, a dominant statement to his opponents at Battleground. I mean, Samoa Joe, you have to think that AJ Styles and Cesaro are watching this matchup very closely. There's a devastating chop by Samoa Joe. Balor spills to the outside, and here comes Samoa Joe to join him. Running reverse elbow through the ropes. It's not too often that we see Samoa Joe take a risk like that. But he is just looking to make mincemeat out of Finn Balor. But Balor still able to pull himself to his feet. And Samoa Joe's had enough. Samoa Joe is tired of this. He's looking to put him to bed as he's got the coquina clutch. The coquina clutch is cinched in. And Finn Balor, he's got to preserve himself. He's got a match with Randy Orton at the pay-per-view. And he taps out. Finn Balor, he had no choice. I mean, if this were another match, another night, another time and place, maybe Balor would have tried to hang on for a bit longer. But he's got a match with Randy Orton. He's got to get payback on Orton. So, for now, it's live to fight another day for Finn Balor. Take the loss here. And just save your energy for the pay-per-view. But for Samoa Joe, tremendous statement here tonight. Just absolutely destroyed Finn Balor. Wait a minute! That's AJ Styles! AJ Styles is here! And Samoa Joe gets taken out with a clothesline. AJ Styles is coming to get him some of Samoa Joe. And now it's Samoa Joe who's on the receiving end of a blindside attack. Here comes AJ Styles, lighting him up with a phenomenal blitz. AJ Styles has basically been made a laughing stock thanks to Samoa Joe. Joe cost him his one-on-one shot at the world title at Payback. Samoa Joe, 3 weeks ago, took him out in a tag team matchup. I mean, oh, and now a massive clothesline. But Styles and Cesaro took on the club. Now look at Styles. Oh, over the top rope. Phenomenal forearm to the outside. I mean, AJ Styles, he's a man with a purpose right now. He's a man on a mission. And Samoa Joe is just getting destroyed by AJ Styles. Now dumping him over the barricade. And AJ Styles is a man possessed right now. Joe tried to strike him down, but AJ Styles is not having any of it. Now these two men spilling into the crowd. And AJ Styles is relentless right now. Samoa Joe can't keep up. Well, and there you have it, folks. Finn Balor will bring the demon to Battleground. And we're out of time. I will catch you in the next one.